I think I preferred the main room.
Yes, shall we? No. For my own pride, I cannot let this stand.
Hi everyone, we are in the middle of episode 5 of season 2 review. This is part 4. I love how Charlotte and Georgiana were trying to protect her and moved her to a different room, but Allison had the confidence and bravery to go up to Harder and straighten this out. Harder is already talking to like 4 ladies at the same time. For Allison, if I was her, I would be like really upset seeing your ex-boyfriend already mingling with other single ladies. And it just shows that he really doesn't care about how the breakup happened and how it affected Allison. He doesn't even like try to like go up to Allison first and say sorry and explain like Fraser tried to advise him to do, but he never did. So he's the type of guy that is a player.
Miss Hayward, I was sorry to hear you were leaving Sanditon.
I am hardly inclined to believe you, since you have made no attempt to explain your actions.
No, you are right,
It fell to Captain Fraser to beg forgiveness in your place.
This is a moment of closure for Allison, and I think she really needed it, and she just went for it. She confronted Harder, and she is completely done with him. She doesn't believe him anymore. He's trying to like still win like a part of her heart, telling her that he is sad to hear that she is leaving. She just doesn't believe him, doesn't trust him. He definitely broke her heart.
It was he that asked me to stay because he is a man of honor and integrity.
Believe me, it was only self-reproach that prevented me. Let us put this discord behind us. Beg you, do me the honor of this next dance.
Let's analyze Harder. Apology. It's not even an apology. It's a lame excuse, in my opinion. He didn't even like try to say I'm sorry. He did not humble himself and say, you know what, you're right. Fraser shouldn't have like asked for forgiveness on my behalf to you. I made a mistake. I lied to you. I broke your heart. I'm so sorry. Like, even if you forgive me or not, I'm truly sorry. He did not say that. He just like, say like, it's a man ego. Like, it's just, him. But if you are truly a man, like a true, honest man, like you will recognize what you did and make it right with the woman. Fraser, like he did a lot of bad things against Allison. Like the only thing he didn't do is told Allison what's going on with Harder lying to her. But he did, make it right with Allison. Like he had the heart, caring heart to go to Allison and beg for forgiveness, but she only forgave Fraser as Fraser. She never forgave Harder. And I think part of that because Harder never say sorry to her or even tried to make it right with her. So that shows Harder character. He's a player. He's not a true, honest man. Like, what lady would want to date him, Like, he's very attractive, like, he get you to fall under his beautiful traps and you get lied to and he breaks your heart. And that's what happened to Allison.
I will not dance with you. I came only to say I was fool enough to indulge your falsehoods, but please consider your behavior. Perhaps you may spare the next girl.
The way he asked for forgiveness, like, it doesn't work with Allison. I mean, that's not her method. He, tried to convince her to put it past behind them and have a dance together at this ball. Yeah, she's not gonna like that. She expected more. She expected a humble apology from him, and you are not getting that from him tonight. She technically embarrass him in front of those 4 other girls if they were still standing next to him. She made a good point, like, you broke my heart, I hope you make it right with yourself, like, acknowledge your mistake and not do it again for the next girlfriend that you may end up with. But yeah, it's good for her. I love it. Like, girl power. Charlotte and Georgiana were so proud of her. And Fraser, he definitely overheard the conversation. I think he's proud of Allison for confronting harder, especially in the public setting like that. So that's very brave of her to do. But at the same time, while Fraser overheard the conversation, I think it's a confirmation, like, okay, like, she's definitely not going back to Carter. Like, she's definitely single. Like, should I still make the move and try to ask her out, or even ask her for a dance tonight?
To watch you two parade around like a parody of devotion, it's grotesque. I can't believe you sanctioned this sham of a wedding, Aunt.
It's called making the best of a bad situation.
That's the Esther that we know. She really doesn't support this wedding between Clara and Edward. Lady Denham doesn't even support it, but I think she's doing it for the sake of her love for her nephew, and at the same time, like, she doesn't want a bad reputation on the family name. So just like, you know, one of the plans, like, to get it done, like, do it in secret, and, you know, everyone doesn't have to, like, know too many details about how this happened, why this happened, to get over with.
I'm sorry you can't be happy for us, Esther. Don't let your own marital discord mar our joy.
Joy? Clara is your captive. She bears you no more love than I do.
Here, take this.
Esther is definitely back in her own self, in her body and mind, and she speaking freely her mind, her thoughts about this wedding situation. Edward, of course, continues the role play, like, oh, just because you're not happy in your marriage with Lord Babington, like, can you not be happy for Edward and Clara? Edward, he making Esther look bad in front of the family, but we all know, you know, Edward is a bad guy, and he has this game plan, and he thinks that he is winning so far. Lady Denham, like, I think she picks up on it, but I don't think she, like, knows the extent yet, especially the poisoning part that Edward had been doing on Esther.
You quite all right?
Yes, I didn't...
Esther, what's got into you? Perhaps we should have left you behind.
Here, take mine.
That was all Edward planned. The way he handed the champagne glass, like, right before she grabs it, like, completely, 100%, he let it go, just to make her look like she dropped it, but she really didn't, just to make a scene in front of everyone, and to make her look like she had this behavior problem, like she cannot think straight, she cannot hold things properly. So Lady Denham, like, oh my goodness, you're already making a scene tonight, like, we should have kept you at home. Embarrassment, public embarrassment once again. And Esther, of course, like, if I was her, I would like be like surprised at myself, and at the same time a bit embarrassed, and everyone is like watching this happening. Edward, he gave her another set of wine glass, and it's so obvious the way the camera pan, it's like, it's not clear, the glass, but you can see, like, the way that he gave it to her, the camera focused on that new wine glass, and we know that there's poison in that second drink that he gave to her.
Something preys on my mind, Aunt. Esther told me once on her paternal line her grandfather once lived 30 years in a madhouse.
Oh, nonsense. Esther's not mad, she's just confused, that's all.
Okay, question. Is that a lie, or that's actually a fact, and he takes advantage of that fact to convince Lady Denham that Esther is mentally unstable and that she should get the proper help? He trying every avenue to get Esther in trouble and he put away from the will of Lady Denham. So when Lady Denham passes away, Edward hoped that he will take the claim on the house and the money. Well, not only him, but possibly his son George, if it goes that way. Sneaky guy he is.
What is wrong with me? If Babington returns to find me like this, if he returns,
He will.
Esther, she is losing a bit of hope of her husband. She's like, this is going crazy on me, like this situation that I don't even know how to explain myself and why I'm behaving like this, and my husband is not writing me back. So she's going crazy in her mind a bit, naturally, and she misses her husband, of course. Clara, like, she tried to encourage Esther, like, hey, you're gonna have your husband back. Clara's like playing both sides. She does like felt really bad for Esther and what Edward had been doing all along to Esther, but again, Clara, like, she doesn't want to suffer the wrath of Edward. Like, she rather suffer the consequences from Esther than from Edward, if that makes sense. Oh my goodness, I'm glad that Clara picked up on that. She was looking at the wine glass. She's like, oh no, Esther, don't drink it. But she really can, because she doesn't want to suffer the consequences of Edward. And if she ever betrays his trust, he will go after Clara. So Clara kept it shut. But I'm glad that she acknowledged what Edward just did to Esther. So she knows that she's in a bit trouble herself, being involved with Edward and his game plan.
Miss Lamb, I trust you are having a pleasant evening.
Mr. Lockhart? Partially so, thank you.
They are so cute together. They are happy to see each other and to make a conversation at the ball tonight. Georgiana, Guardians, they watch her like a hawk. So having that conversation with Lockhart right now, I think it makes her happy, because she can like be free a bit, and talk to him and enjoy his company at the ball. They are definitely like look happy together, like a couple falling in love with each other.
I know I'm only a humble artist, but would it be a presumption if I were to ask you to dance?
I hardly think my guardians would approve.
Come now.
I might be a little bit too honest, but I gotta say, like, Lockhart, he's not ashamed, he's not embarrassed to be dancing with a colored woman. He doesn't second guess anything on things that he wants to do with her. He's very confident in his new relationship with her. They are technically, officially a couple now. So he wants to show everyone that he's dancing with this beautiful girl that he fell in love with. And they're just really on a good pace right now with each other. Georgiana, she still has some respect for her guardian. She's like, I don't know if they're gonna approve us or like us. Like, she doesn't want to have that conversation where, like, oh, you cannot be with Lockhart. And she doesn't, like, want to, like, blast her new relationship in the face too soon.
Is any dancing? Where is the harm?
But Lockhart, like, it's only dancing. Like, like, we can still enjoy each other's company in a professional way and in the public setting where it's just dance. It's not like they in a private room doing things that they shouldn't be doing just yet. But yeah, so Georgiana, she just needs that boost of confidence from Lockhart, and that was basically he trying to do with her, like, hey, it's only dancing. He threw off his jacket, and Georgiana like, what in the world are you doing? And he offered her to dance. He's like, come on, like, come with me, we'll be okay, we will have fun. And that's all she needed, that boost of encouragement, confidence to just do the couple things in public setting. I like the glance between Charlotte and Georgiana, that look from Charlotte, like, hey, you're dancing with your man, Georgiana, like, good for you. Charlotte is happy for Georgiana, and I think she's that type of friend that, like, whoever man that Georgiana picked, like, Charlotte trusts her in her choices, and she seemed very supportive of Lockhart and Georgiana to be together compared to Mary.
You know Mr. Lockhart better than I do, Arthur. Can we trust him with Georgiana?
Look at how he lights her up, Mary. I would trust him with my life.
Mary, of course, sees everything that is happening in the dance between Georgiana and Lockhart. She had that mama bear protective look, like, should I let her dance with this guy? But I like how she acknowledged the friendship between Arthur and Lockhart, and she trusts Arthur. Like, whatever Arthur says, like, she's gonna trust him. Trust his review, his impression on Lockhart. And I'm pretty sure Arthur will say good things about Lockhart, and that will elevate Lockhart into a better position, and maybe Mary will lower her tension against him and be like, okay, let me give him like one chance to be with Georgiana. If anything bad happens, like, Mary gonna cut him out. It's true what Arthur said. Ever since Lockhart came into Georgiana's life, he brought her out of that dark corner, that dark place that she had been being held captive for some time now. Like, she's been in that dark corner, especially after what happened with Otis, how that ended, and Sydney's death. A lot of things that happened in her past, in her life, and she just wasn't out there yet. And Lockhart brought something to her that, you know what, like, I need to start living my life and be brave and be confident in who I am and what I have, and just enjoy life and do whatever she wants to do. Lockhart gave her the confidence that she really never had, and I think she's grateful for that. And he also brings the fun in life, the enjoyment in life, and she's definitely enjoying the dance right now with Lockhart and being carefree and smiling and laughing, and just enjoy the moment. Okay, do you see that side look that Clara gave to Edward? Like, you did this, like, you deal with it. Unfortunately, Esther had another episode, and it's happening at this ball in front of the public. Doesn't look good on her and the family.
It's too much wine, I think.
Edward jumped in and like, she drank too many wine, but we all know in truth that it's the poison, wherever he been medicating her in her drink, so this is not good.
Come with me.
As an aunt, a close family member, of course Lady Denham is very concerned now, again, for Esther's health and her misbehaviors. This big scene allowed Lockhart and Georgiana to escape to a private room. We'll see what happened at the end of this review. But yeah, I don't know. I'm getting tired of Edward right now. I don't know what he's up to in season 3.
Science, we call it hysteria.
Interesting that her symptoms began just as she started taking your ridiculous concoctions. Your tincture.
Lady Denham had her mistrust on the doctor. If you remember, in episode 1 of season 2, Esther told Lady Denham, like, she lost a baby, like, she had a hard time conceiving, and Lady Denham, like, are you sure you want to go to that doctor? So Lady Denham, like, no, this is, like, the doctor's fault. In the meantime, Edward is behind all of this, and she's, like, giving that look, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening to my sister. And Clara, like, look up at him. She's like, are you serious? Like, you pretending like you're not involved behind all of this? And I think Clara is losing her patience. Starting to lose her patience, and if I was her at this point, I would have told Lady Denham and just like take my baby and go somewhere safe or whatnot. It's getting too far at this point, and Esther like can get really sick and die from all of this.
Impossible. It is a harmless placebo. It cannot affect her physically. I seek only to give her hope.
The doctor knows his job. She's like, this is something else that we did not expect and it's showing up now. Like, I did my job properly. Like, there must be like something that, you know, we didn't know, and it's just like humming to Esther all at once while using the prescription, the medication that the doctor had been prescribing to her to help her get pregnant. But he trying to say, like, you know, the two separate cases going on at the same time, trying to get pregnant and just having this unstable mental ability. Like, it's just two things going at the same time. And Lady Denham thinks that it's all in one, but actually it's two different cases.
Esther, come. We must go before you humiliate yourself further.
So Edward is actually making the doctor look bad, his reputation in danger. Clara, she feels really bad. You see that look at the end, she's just like helpless. Like she doesn't want to get in trouble by Edward. Like she doesn't want to suffer his wrath if she betrayed his trust, if she like, you know, flipped out on him and like decide to tell Lady Denham or even Esther like what's been going on since the beginning. It's a tough situation for Clara.
Charlotte.
It's like the dead coming back to life. Like everyone froze and they look at Mr. Heybourne like, is he really stepping back into society after all those years? And Augusta making another grand entrance, like the new girl in the neighborhood, and I'm pretty sure all the young single guys have their eyes on her. Colonel Lennox not so happy, especially after what he said earlier to Charlotte, like, you know, oh my goodness, like, you know, thank goodness that your boss is not here, but actually, this is like the turning point in the middle of the ball, and it's gonna be a good one. But the bigger moment in all of this is that Mr. Heybourne laid his eyes on Charlotte, and Charlotte just had that butterfly feeling. She got captivated by his glance, and he kind of like give her a smile at the same time, like, it's really nice to see you here. And she, you know, give the same confidence back to him, like, it's really nice to see you too. Like, they didn't have to say anything. It's just that mental connection that they have with one another.
I don't know what kind of a spell you've put on him.
I'm sure it wasn't just my words.
And I'm sure it was. You must never leave us.
Augusta, of course, is happy to see Charlotte there. She is happy in general to be at the ball and to have another opportunity to socialize and enjoyed the fun in tonight's ball. Augusta is definitely more grateful, more appreciative to have Charlotte in her life, and just to have this female figure in her life that willing to defend her and support her, especially after that conversation that Charlotte had with Mr. Heybourne, like, hey, like, you gotta let your niece go to the ball, like, she really want to go, and if you support her, if you truly love her, like, you gotta give her a chance to go out there and, you know, see whatever happened to her, and hopefully she finds some good luck in life.
The next dance is about to begin.
Hey, you know I do not dance.
It is a ball, Mr. Colburn. Why else are you here?
I'm asking myself that same question.
Augusta did say, don't leave us, so that's sign number one. Sign number two, that Charlotte shouldn't leave her job is Mr. Heybourne showing up with his niece. Charlotte never gave him her final decision if she wanted to stay or not on her job, but it looks like he gave her the answer before she did. Like, he agreed with her. He agreed with what she said, and he came to the ball with his niece. So that should give confidence to Charlotte, like, okay, he agreed with me, maybe I should stay on the job. And she really wants to, for the sake of the two girls. And I think something else that, that feeling that she's starting to have for Mr. Heybourne, he gave her another smile. He confidently, like, look at her, and she's still a bit nervous. She's like, you know, what is happening? Like, am I feeling this the right way for him? Like, should I be feeling these butterflies that he's giving me tonight? You know, I'm asking myself the same question. Like, why am I here? But we all know that one is because of Augusta, but more importantly, the second reason is that he wants to see Charlotte. And if he's really falling for Charlotte, like, I don't blame him. Like, he doesn't want to miss the ball and see her in a beautiful dress and maybe have the opportunity to dance with Charlotte. She's still a bit nervous on dancing. It must be the years of not dancing, and it's kind of like, you know, getting back into the groove of dancing and dancing in public, you know, that can bring some fears toward him, nervousness, but hopefully we get to see a dance between them at the ball, and I'm pretty sure Augusta is voting for them to dance with one another. But it's good. I'm really glad that Mr. Heybourne came with Augusta, and I'm pretty sure Charlotte is very happy too.
How long do you plan to remain here in Sanditon?
If it were down to me, only until I come of age.
Okay, so she actually wants to leave Sanditon once she come of age. So this is not like her forever home. She wants to move to a different place, possibly London or Antigua. It just shows that she's still not 100% happy to be in Sanditon, especially since she came here with Sydney in the beginning of season 1.
But if the Parkers have their way, I'll be stuck here until I marry. How long will you stay?
I think most likely the Parker will have their way in Georgiana's future, so she might stay in Sanditon longer than she expected. She asked him in return how long he would stay here. This is like a future question. Like, it's kind of like they're planning the future plan with one another.
Until tomorrow. As soon as your portrait is finished, I shall be leaving for Europe.
He's leaving tomorrow? Like, I did not expect that, especially when I first watched this episode for the first time. I'm like, tomorrow? Like, why are you asking her these questions right now and talking about this right now?
Are you going to tell me?
This is me telling you.
So this is goodbye?
That is just a lame answer, a lame approach. Like, you don't tell your new girlfriend that, like, the night before you actually leave. Like, you just don't do that. Why he waited that long? Is he in a hurry? You know, like, can he, like, extend the stay, like, give them time to figure things out between them? I mean, tomorrow, that's like less than 24 hours, and she's starting to feel upset about this.
Doesn't have to be. Come with me.
It's your concubine.
It's my wife.
Okay, the pressure is on. He technically proposed to her. She's like, wait, you taking me as like your slave? Like, take advantage of her and her money and whatnot. But he made it clear, like, as his wife, like, he still wanted to be with her, but at the same time, like, he had to go to Europe. Like, can he not stay a bit longer, So that's kind of like a mystery, Like, okay, why is he in a hurry to go back to Europe? Like, can he not, like, prolong it, like, stay longer in Sanditon and maybe, like, change his plan, change his mind and stay in Sanditon for the sake of Georgiana? Like, why does he have to go to Europe, Yeah, this is getting complicated now. Like, at first they, like, in love, like, it's a new relationship, butterflies all over the place, and, feeling giddy and happy with one another. And now this is like the reality. Like, oh my goodness, you're leaving. You want me to come with you, get married, move to Europe, like, leave the podcast behind in Sanditon, like, leave it all and just go with him. I don't think Georgiana is ready. This is like out of nowhere, and she's not prepared. She needs time to think, and he's definitely putting the pressure on her. It's like, now, Georgiana, you decide. Like, if you don't come with me, like, it's a breakup. And that's really sad to hear that, if she doesn't go with him, it's the end for them.
Georgiana, there you are. I thought you disappeared. Come along.
He really wants her to come with him. I think she does, but I think there's, like, so many equation involved. Like, okay, and, like, I don't think she can just leave and, pack up and leave like that all of a sudden in less than 24 hours. There's no way. There's some hesitation in her mind, and I think she needs time to think it through. I did like how he stepped away from her, like, out of respect, and he knows that Mary still has something against him. So that was very gentleman of him to do, and he allowed Mary to take her away. There's no, argument, there's no blocking. He just, like, let her go. Now, this is the moment of Georgiana thinking and figuring out if she wants to have a future with him. And I think that's the main question. Like, does she want to have a future with him? Like, does she see it? I'm thinking that he sees it. He sees the potential of the future together. But now it's her turn. Like, does she see it? Does she want it? I did like how he gave the final say, the final answer to her. Like, you don't want that. We'll decide, Georgiana. And we'll see what she say or what she would think. The way that she looked at him walking away, it just showed that she was very shocked, and I think she a bit hurt and sad too at the same time. She's like, oh my goodness, like, I'm gonna lose another man in my life, a man that I actually fell in love and that is better than Otis, and a man that gave her the best that he heard, and she loved him for it, and she fell for him because of the reason. Like, he gave her everything that he had, and he actually cared about her and what she wants in life. But now, you know, it's not only about Georgiana. It's now two people as one. Like, she needs to consider, like, okay, like, it's not all about me anymore. Now it's about me and Larka, and do I want that? You see Larka, like, releasing her breath and feeling a bit relaxed after that. Like, he finally said it. He finally told her that he's leaving tomorrow. He finally said the hard words that he's been kept to himself for quite a while now. Until now, he finally told her that might not be a good idea, telling her the night before that he is leaving the next day. The timing of that is horrible, so I blame him on that. But yeah, so this is a big thing, and I think it's bigger than what she had with Otis, and I think it's hearing her at the same time. Like, does she want to lose him, you know? So yeah. I actually like Larka and Georgiana together. It's a really interesting dynamic, interesting couple, like, in a good way. I think he gave her a better package than Otis, if that makes sense. But again, they are two different worlds. He's an artist. She's a rich woman. You know, that can conflict the relationship sometime, you know. So we'll see what happens. And the next review, part 5, we will start off with the dance between Mr. Heybourne and Charlotte. So that'll be fun to talk about. See you very soon. If you made it this far, I appreciate your time. As usual, comment down below or tweet me. I am on Twitter. Tell me your perspective and whatnot. Would love to hear from you. Give a thumbs up if you like it, and I appreciate your time and your support. See you soon. Bye.